Hey, I just want to say a shout out to everyone who came all the way to Mega Fest to get their spirit on, to get their soul replenished, and nurture their game. I'm sitting here with one of my closest, I call him my tie to God. He keeps me honest, keeps me safe. I admire him. He's a gospel icon, but he's also a great father, great musician. And I just want to welcome him to Mega Fest. Please welcome Fred Hammond. Fred, tell us what you're bringing to the table today.
You know, man, I came today to do, this is my last day of 6 events that I've been doing here at the Fest. And this morning, I was on the film panel talking about my new streaming drama called The Choir.
The Choir. Tell us about that.
The Choir. It's a story of a gentleman who experienced an atrocity on the internet. He saw his son murdered.
Wow.
In the war. And he's a man of faith, pastor, and he's also the dean of a fine arts college, one of the best in the South. But he's on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
Oh, wow.
Because that's all he dreams.
Amazing.
Is the stuff he saw in his son, and he can't take it. So he wants to quit both jobs and just figure out how to get this stuff out of his head. God's taking a little long, with the healing process and the pain. So a year later, he still has the pain. So he decides to help him out a little bit with a little alcohol. Whoa. He becomes a functioning alcoholic.
Oh, the one that stays awake.
Undercover. Because he's just doing it to kill the pain. He prays, he worships, he loves God, he helps kids, he helps children, he mentors, but who helps him? And that's what the story is about. It's the gospel version of Power Empire that breaks Glee and all that other stuff.
See, that's how you get anointed, sir. That is really good stuff. Tell me something. Are we going to see in this stream online a show where it's going to show them how he has to realign his physical clock with God's spiritual clock? Because it sounds like there's a conflict between what he wants to happen and how God is leading him.
The scripture says, Paul said, I had a messenger of Satan come and buffet me in my flesh. We don't know what that was. Was it the illness? Was it the issue? Was it the whatever? But Paul said, I asked God 3 times to remove it. And God said, my grace is sufficient. It's made perfect in your weakness. So that film is really to show how God comes through in our weakness. He doesn't always show. We got all sorts of films where God comes and he heals everybody and everybody's just that, and other marriages are back together. But what about when your towers fall?
Yeah, yes.
When your 911, your personal 911, and it does not change. Where is God? Where is he in the fire when you're cast in the furnace? Sometimes, like if you think about the 3 Hebrew boys, God could have changed the mind of the king immediately.
Yep.
He could have struck him with leprosy. He could have made him not talk. He could have struck him down dead, and they would have said, well, we're not going to throw these boys in the fire. But he threw them in. They fell to the ground in the midst of the furnace. But they said this one thing. They said, do you see the boys in there? He said, well, we see 3 of them, but we see a 4th one. So sometimes God don't spare you from the fire. He just goes in there with you. That's what this movie is about.
Hey, this sounds like an awful spiritual journey. I think it's going to touch a bunch of lives. Why don't you tell our viewers, how are they going to find this?
It's coming soon. Listen, I don't want to say expectation. I have no high thing that it'll be on Netflix or FX or anything. I'm shooting it. It's a passion. And I'm going to let people have it. I'm going to let people see it. It's a streaming drama, so it's episodic. It'll be weekly. But this first one is I got to figure out what I'm going to do. As a matter of fact, this is going to be the first time that young people and people who support the record and support it's music. It's music driven. Country music, hip hop music. It is definitely gospel. It's trap music because all of these kids come together and all these genres come together and they have to merge. We have to see how they merge. But this will be the first time that a person can make money with me by watching this film. You can make money. I'm setting it up to where I'm going to change somebody's economic strategy and structure of their home. By putting this together, I'll tell you later. You can go to realfredhammond.com.
There you go. Let's find you.
You can go to realfredhammond.com. You can go to Real Fred H on Twitter. You can go to Real Fred H on Instagram, Real Fred Hammond on Twitter, and just Fred Hammond on Facebook, the fan page. And I don't do the chats and the snaps and all that. At some point, as you get older, you got to stop.
That's right.
You just stop.
It's always good to have one brand.
Yeah.
I tell people I'm at Ed Terry Allen PR. I'm not going to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
You could put me somewhere else, but this is where I'll be. I always thought that being at MegaFest was a intersection of culture, commerce, and corporate involvement, which increases intersectionality. Tell me what you think that MegaFest does for the community and for society at large.
It just shows God has a real side too.
Yeah.
It shows God has a real side. It's like, Essence Festival is coming up this week, and you're gonna have fun. It's going on right now. You're gonna have fun. Well, usually with God, we just hear preaching and we go home and go eat and we go home. But this one, man, they have film festivals, they have youth festivals, step shows. It shows that, man, there's an abundant life that we've been afraid to deal with because of our past forefathers and say, don't look like the world, don't act like the world, don't do what the world do. But what is the world? I mean, the world is the heart of the world. Don't steal, don't cheat, have character. Mm-hmm. Don't be don't mess that up. What you wear and what you do and your style and what your funk and what you like and how you do it, let that other thing, let that thing guide you to where you need to go.
That's great.
And that's what this is. It shows that you can have a real life inside of a God life.
I appreciate it. Those are words that we can use to govern our lives by. But here at In the Spirit, I always close with asking someone to tell me what faith means to you.
Man, faith simply means that it is the energy that drives. It should drive you as a Christian. It definitely drives me. The world is moving right now as we speak. It's turning.
Right.
And in a few hours, it would have turned so far. The sun sits still, right? But the world is moving.
That's right.
It's an energy, and it's moving. And in a few hours, it's going to be dark. And in a few hours after that, it's going to be light because the world is moving. There's something turning the world in the middle of nothing. Well, that's what faith is to us Christians. That's what it is to me. It's the thing that moves me, and I can't explain it. I can't explain it. So what is my faith? We're going to have faith for something. I just choose faith in God, the God of the Bible. Some have faith to not have faith at all. But that's what faith to me. It's the energy that moves me and should move every Christian every single day.
We want to thank you, Fred Hammond, for coming in the Spirit and nourishing our soul with your wisdom. And again, I know you're still out of the hot sauce, so Cinnamon Cook's going to give you another bottle right now. And we're going to join your barbecue sauce when it comes out.
That's right. Also, we got the ginger brew coming out. Fred Hammond ginger brew, all natural. I had polyps on my throat developing. I was going to be, by this time, I would have had a surgery to remove whatever they were. And I saw what they were, and I went to the doctor. They scoped me. They said it's on the way, and it was due to acid reflux.
Wow.
I went home, and I ended up taking this purple pill that did nothing. And then one day I went to the store, and I saw a Detroit favorite in Texas.
Right.
Verner's.
Right.
Verner's ginger ale. Best ginger ale you'll ever drink. Mm-hmm. And I grabbed here's three little cans, man. I took it home. I drank it overnight. I drank a second one. In the morning, the thing that had my throat was gone. So I researched the ginger. How can we make something natural? And I ran into my friend Paul Ritter, and he made me some, taught me the recipe.
Wow.
And I've been taking it. So I go on tour. I swallow that stuff 52 weeks, 52 shows. And I'm just every night in the rafters. Take it, and it's a tea, so it's not like a medicine. I drink it because it's good.
Well, we're going to be looking forward to that,
That's right.
Fred.
City Men Cook next year. Watch out for it.
It's going to make its debut at our City Men Cook, and I'm looking forward to it. And once again, you've blessed our audience, you've blessed me, and thank you for all the blessings you bring, especially with that golden voice of yours.
That's right. Support this right here.
City Men Cook. Man. We'll see you soon. Thank you for watching In the Spirit. This is Terry Allen with Fred Hammond, the real Fred Hammond.
Real